Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and colleagues, good afternoon and welcome to Helsinki and the National Archives of Finland. My name is Veli-Matti Pussinen and I'm going to host you through this afternoon session called Bringing Administration Closer to Citizens. First, I would like to ask Jaana Kilkki, Deputy Director General of the National Archives, to open this international conference. Please, Jaana.
Thank you, Veli-Matti, and dear esteemed guests, I also wish you warmly welcome to the National Archives, to Helsinki and to Finland. The theme of your present ICARUS meeting is intriguingly bringing cultural heritage out from the archives, and you will hear interesting presentations on different ways in which this outing is conducted in Finland. I thought that for those of you not familiar with the national practice, it would be useful to get a short introduction to the record-keeping and information management ecosystem in Finland. The 2 points I feel it would be useful to be aware of when discussing the presentations of this conference are firstly the principle of transparency of public administration and the proactive approach to record keeping that follows from this principle. And secondly, the collaboration of archives, libraries and museums in making cultural heritage more accessible to the public and research. The nationally and more widely Nordic specific feature of public administration is its transparency, which is carried out and expressed in the openness of public records and information. There are no categorical time limits during which public records are closed and restricted. Instead, as a rule, they are open and accessible from the point of creation or receipt, and not only to research, but also for the public. The transparency of public information is a factor behind the proactive model of record keeping in the Nordic countries. In this practice, no distinction is made between records and archives. Instead, public records are considered to fall also in the realm of the National Archives at the point of creation or receipt. This allows for the appraisal of their value as cultural heritage at this point, or even before, based on the functional context of their creation, and consequently their management as cultural heritage throughout their existence, and not only when they have become obsolete for the primary purposes they were created for. The Nordic proactive approach to record keeping has resulted to record keeping principles and practices that are not familiar in retrospective archival traditions, common in many Central European countries. And this tradition explains many of the interesting things that you will be hearing during these 2 days. An example of these practices also is the new finding aid system AHA of the National Archives, which will be the metadata repository for the retrospective description of the analogical and digital collections of the National Archives, as well as for the proactive description of public sector digitized and born digital records. The information management policy of public administration in Finland is built on enterprise architecture approach, and the collaboration of archives, libraries and museums is an implementation of this approach. This collaboration has been far more profound than in any other country that I know of, and also an object of skeptical wonder among foreign colleagues. The collaboration of cultural heritage sector was organized as the National Digital Library project. The tangible outputs of this project are Finna, which you will hear about, and the digital preservation system PAS. As notable and significant as these outputs are, for me the most profound product of the project is the trust gained between archives, libraries, and museums. Through working together in building these shared services and in harmonizing description models to ensure semantic interoperability of descriptive metadata in user services. In Finland, archives, libraries, and museums are committed to working in collaboration for better accessibility and safe long-term preservation of cultural heritage. The National Digital Library project has also enhanced the internal collaboration of the cultural heritage community, respectively. AHA is also an example of this collaboration in the archival sector, as it is a shared finding aid system and metadata repository of the National Archives and 5 private archival institutions. This kind of collaboration between the public and private archival institutions is yet another specific feature, though thus far a unique example of the record-keeping and information management ecosystem in Finland. With these words, I wish that you all will find this meeting worth your while and that you will enjoy your stay in Helsinki. At least there is no better time to be here than the beginning of June. Welcome.